Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video here on Fahrenheit TCG. And today we have a different kind of video here for you. I've received multiple requests from people asking what kind of decks I play in formats like Commander. And today I'm going to be showcasing my absolute favorite one, Teysa Karlov. Starting with the Commander here, Teysa Karlov is a legendary creature human advisor for 2 generic, a white and a black. She says, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. When I first built this deck, it originally started out as just a creature token deck, just trying to make as much value out of the lifelink and the vigilance, and slowly over time I started taking a lot more advantage of that first ability and just doubling up death triggers. A lot of people have coined the term the Death Harmonicon, similar to the Panharmonicon effect, where creatures entering the battlefield would trigger abilities twice. This one sort of just the opposite, them leaving the battlefield makes them trigger an additional time. First, we'll start off by showing you guys the Dex Lands. And I have here 5 basic plains. And then I have 7 basic swamps. And now for the non-basics, we have the Brightclimb Pathway with the Grimclimb Pathway here on the back. We have Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, Command Tower, Phyrexian Tower, Isolated Chapel, High Market, Temple of Silence, Silent Clearing, Godless Shrine, Lotus Field, Homeward Path, Fetid Heath, Orzhov Basilica, Fabled Passage, Westvale Abbey, Field of Ruin, Shineshadow Snarl, and a Vault of Champions. Alright, now I'll go ahead and show you guys the rest of the cards in the deck. Starting off here, we have Hunted Witness, Soul Ring, Viscera Seer, Vampiric Tutor, a Village Rites, Songs of the Damned, Malakir Rebirth, with of course the Malakir Mire there on the back, a Dark Ritual, Darkest Hour, Skull Clamp, Carrion Feeder, Blood Artist, Martial Coup, a Cordial Vampire, Altar of Dementia, Bishop of Wings, Doom Dissenter, Demonic Tutor, Vicious Offering, a Tithe Taker, an Exsanguinate, Diabolic Intent, Vizkopa Guildmage, Blade of Selves, Orzhov Enforcer, Fracture, Zulaport Cutthroat, Plumb the Forbidden, Kabira Takedown with the Kabira Plateau there on the back, Minister of Obligation, Generous Gift, Midnight Reaper, Grim Haruspex, Sudden Spoiling, Teferi's Protection, Liliana's Standard Bearer, Crucible of Worlds, Yeheni Undying Partisan, Grim Tutor, Bastion of Remembrance, Victimize, Aetherios God of Passage, Teysa Orzhov Scion, Grave Pact, Dread Return, Smothering Tithe, this looks like it's a Death Render, Kaya's Wrath, Cryptghast, Belinda, the Dusk Rose, one of my favorite cards in the 99. Seraph of the Scales. Solemn Simulacrum, also known as Sad Robot. Living Death. Exquisite Blood. Sanguine Bond. Dictate of Erebos. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Divine Visitation. Doomscar. Yosai the Morning Star. And Kakusho the Evening Star, also another one of my favorites. Wormcoil Engine. The Immortal Sun. Sun Titan. Revival and Revenge. Ethereal Absolution. Bolus's Citadel. Elish Norn, Grand Cenobite, as well as a Sheoldred Whispering One. Lastly, I just wanted to leave you guys with a quick little combo tip that this deck can showcase. One of the more subtle things that this deck does is just comboing out of nowhere, especially if people aren't expecting it. And I'll just show you kind of how it played out. The turn before, my play field kind of looked like this. I had my Teysa out, I had my Yeheni out, and I had my Kakusho, and I just so happened to top deck a Vizkopa Guildmage, and of course I had that 2 mana ready to go to play it, and I just went ahead and cast it, and of course it resolved because nobody, immediately sees all of the combinations there on the board state, and I just asked everybody, can anybody respond? And they sort of looked at me really funny, and they were like, what do you mean? And so I went ahead and first activated Vizkopa's second ability that says whenever you gain life this turn, each opponent loses that much life. And they said, okay, that resolves. And so I went ahead and just sacrificed my Kakusho here that says, when Kakusho the Evening Star dies, each opponent loses 5 life, and you gain life equal to life lost that way. And so normally, what would happen is everybody just loses that 5, and I would gain 15 because it was a 4-person game. But in this case, Teysa Karlov was on the battlefield, so it said, hey, go ahead and activate that ability, or trigger that ability twice. So in this case, I gained 10 life from each opponent, and of course I gained 30 life, but with Vizkopa Guildmage's ability, whatever life that I would gain this turn, of course my opponents would each lose that much life, so I ended up gaining 30 life, and so all my opponents therein lost the initial 10 from Kakusho's triggers, and then they lost an additional 30, leaving me the victor in that case. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching at this point, I just want to say thank you first and foremost for your viewership. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and if you like videos like this, make sure you give it a like and ring that bell for more videos from Fahrenheit TCG.